Time for a little commentary for you. Teach you teach you the ropes, the ways of the world that I exist in for a lot of my time. So I guess I'll start and just give you the basics again. There's three different combat styles: magic, ranged, and melee. Melee, you have to be up close. Magic, you can freeze the other person so they can't move for a set amount of time. And then range, it's just very accurate hit style. It doesn't freeze them or anything. So three different combat styles. The game and the number that you hit is based off of a random number generator. So essentially it's all just random, it's automated. You never know what you're gonna hit. It's all really just random. And then there's this thing where like they're called game ticks. So after I hit one time, I have to wait one game tick, or sometimes it's two game ticks, depending on how slow the weapon I'm using is. You have to wait that amount of time until you can hit them again. So it's like, all right, you get a turn to hit them, and then they get a turn to hit you. And this will start making a lot more sense once, the video starts playing. You actually see how it all goes. But that's really the basics of it. And I'll explain, the other things that are happening as it goes. But main controls, as you know, are clicking. In order for my screen to turn at all, I have to turn it myself. It doesn't just automatically do it, all right? So just knowing that, I have to do my own tracking, my target acquisition. But I'll play it and then go through it. And then if you have questions, then text them to me, and then I'll make a video and yeah, explain them. I really suck making these commentaries, but yeah, let's see. So this is the start of the game. Right here, I think I just was not playing. Then I come back right here. So there's right here, you can see there's 24 people that are in the game. And your goal is to be the last one alive. So you can see this guy shooting me with this little crossbow, bow and arrow, and I have to protect against it with this prayer. That's the prayer from ranged, the ranged attack style. You see then he switched it to, there's this little fireball above his head. That means he's protecting from my magic attacks. And then you'll see that there's one that has like a sword on it. And if it goes above their heads, that means, yeah, look, I have it above my head now. That means that I'm being protected from melee attacks. And your entire goal here is to hit them with the attack style that they're not using protections against. And you'll see that there's sometimes they call them different brackets. So this is a one defense bracket, which means it's a lot easier to do damage on your opponent and take damage. But at the same time, there's not many options for protecting yourself in terms of armor. So the armor switches are pretty basic. Well, you'll see here that like he's in these ghost robes, right? And those ghost robes are for your magic spells. They give you more accuracy and allow you to do more damage with your magic whenever you're wearing like the staff and those magic robes, and even that cape. That cape is specifically for magic boosts. But then you'll see also he's wearing these little black tight chaps when he has his crossbow out. That's because these chaps are dedicated for the ranged ability. So again, they give you extra damage and accuracy for your ranged. So yeah, your main goal here is you'll see, just die pretty quickly, first kill, and then you also be able to see over here, this is how well you performed against your opponent. This top one right here is the amount of prayers you got correct, meaning every time that this right here, 13 out of 15, that means out of the 15 times that he had any attacks on me, I had the right protection on again for 13 of them. And out of the 10 attacks that he did, hold on, I'm trying to think of this right. So yeah, I hit him. I hit him 15 times. Yeah, sorry, that was actually incorrect. I hit him 15 times, and out of the 15 times that I hit him, 13 of those he was not able to protect against. And then this means that he only hit me 10 times, and only 2 of them he hit me whenever I did not have the correct protection on. So whenever you have your protection on, you get the damage reduced by like think it's 40% right now. So in order for you to actually win this, you have to get all these protections right. So yeah, you'll be able to see that right there. And you'll see that I'm coming here to take stuff out of this chest. That gives me armor upgrades. You can see it's always randomized too. In that specific chest, you can see now I have all these red magic robes. These are for my magic spells. And we'll get to a more elaborate fight. That guy died pretty fast and easy. And then hopefully this all starts coming together, even though it goes pretty quick. You see this guy's hiding in the corner, waiting for me to come around. Don't really see him yet. So I hit him with the magic spell, even though he's protecting against it, because I want him to be frozen. Because if I have him frozen, he can't move around. So that gives me a greater advantage later on. If he's unfrozen, he can just run around, so it's hard for me to click onto him. And sometimes they can run underneath you, so you can't hit them at all. So getting your magic to freeze them is very important. So you see right out of the gates, it just goes straight into the magic attack. You see he did the protection from range there. I was pretending like I was going to go into my magic ability there, so that way he would switch his protection prayer, and then I switched right back to my other one, which was ranged, and I hit him off the prayer. And then this is a magic spell, doesn't freeze them. This one actually steals their life, so I get to heal myself off of it. So I freeze them once, and I spend the rest of the time taking their life points away, just because this is a battle about lasting. So that helps me stay alive longer. You can see I try to go in with my melee attack, which I have a special attack ability. This is the most of my kill potential is from these abilities, the melee special attacks. But I saw that he got the prayer up in time before I had time to, activate anything because I'm lagging like really hard in this fight. So then I decided to cancel out of it. And each weapon and each, style has its own maximum hit. So sometimes even if you get hit and then like you see this green bar, like this is how much life you have left. So whenever you get hit and the bar goes down and you think you're gonna die, like you already know that there's one game tick that has to pass until they can hit you again. So sometimes you can just take the risk, not panic and get a couple more hits in on him before on the opponent before you actually have to, eat a shark. That's what they're called. They're sharks. They heal you. They heal your hit points and make so you don't die pretty much. We'll continue on here. So you see now he's unfrozen. Now he can move around again, protecting against the magic attack. So I want to make sure that we get that off so I can get a good hit on him and actually make sure it freezes him. You see I'm missing quite a bit, lagging. This is exactly what I'm talking about. See, he just hit me at 35. That wasn't his max. So technically I could have died there. But I keep hitting him because I know that he has to wait at least one whole game tick till he can hit me again. So you'll see that I don't panic at all. I see he didn't kill me and it's like, okay, so now I can go ahead and hit him. And as soon as I hit him, I immediately go in for eating the shark. You see that? And he tried to fake me out right there. Try to pretend like he wasn't gonna go ahead and special attack me again. Look at that. This is what you call a triple E right here. So he hits me, and then you'll see if you watch the clicks very closely. You see, eat the shark. I'll eat the Sardoma brew. That's what they called it. It also heals you. And then this crambon. The difference between the foods is the crambon is like half of a tick. You eat it, and you could attack them again in like half of a tick. You can also combine the foods all at the same time within one tick to heal faster. That's more complicated shit. You don't rather pay attention to that, but just know this is a great eating time for me. So I hit him once after that hit. I know he's gonna go back for that special attack. I eat 3 times. Then you have to go also use that restore because you'll notice whenever I ate the Sardoma brew, it reduced all of my stats, which you can see right here. You can see my attack, my defense, my strength. As soon as I ate that, everything got reduced. So now I don't have the ability to cast the same spells that I was casting earlier. So you can see that like just barely clicked on that, clicked on the magic spell, clicked on him again, protected against his magic attack there, going for my melee special attack. He didn't prayer in time. It went through it. I just had a bad hit. Right now, I'm not hitting anything. That was perfectly prayed against. See you going for the fake out there, try to get him to change his prayers, thinking that I'm going to do a magic ability. I drank a sip of my potion because it hides weapons that I'm using, and you can attack them immediately after because it avoids that game tick rule I was telling you about. Fakey into the melee special attack, and now you can see this what I was talking about, where they can go under you and they can try to like make it so you can't attack them. Lagging really hard here, so I keep missing my special attack bar. So you don't even see what he's doing, just kind of instinctively you can predict him based on his behavior so far within the fight. Now he's gonna go for his melee weapon. I missed it. I got faked out there. Missed my special attack bar there again. So I'm getting very, very low on food here. So I decided to go underneath him, eat all of it, heal up because I need to regain the momentum here. Make him start eating all this food so he doesn't attack me back and I can do more damage. And then boom, he just dies. And then you can see there, so that during that entire fight, out of the 37 hits that I did, I had 19 of them off of prayer, and he had 39 out of 39 of his, he had 18 of them off of prayer. So it's a pretty even matchup. We did the same amount of damage. This one, the 431, that's the amount of damage that was actually dealt, and this one right here, that's the amount of damage that you actually deserved to deal. So technically, he deserved to deal 499 damage, and maybe should have won that fight, but I still won. Haha, loser. So coming up next is this next fight. I start getting more control over the lag. I initiated here. I see he's protecting magic out of the gates, so I'm going to pretend like I'm going to hit him with the magic attack, and at the last second, change it up. I made a mistake there, and I accidentally turned on my prayer reordering. You'll see like things start changing in my prayer book there. Kind of fucked me up a little bit. Hide behind this wall so that way he can't hit me and freeze me, so I can keep moving around on him. And then you see that there's kind of a stall animation every time that I use my range attack here. So if you watch this, like you can see it kind of stalls you out, but if you click, your character always ends up where you're going, but it just happens really fast. So I stall myself out right here off this bolt from the bow, go into this room so you can't see what I'm doing, put on my melee weapon, special attack, and he doesn't even see it coming. That shit is beautiful. And then I use this wall to try to protect myself. He ends up getting it. You can see here my shit's moving around down here. So I'm accidentally turned it on. Usually it's off. But if you watch, you'll be able to see like instead of the prayers activating, I'm actually moving them around. And there's also in addition to, the one that goes over your head, which protects you from the damage that they're doing, there's an offensive one too. So you see this little Hawkeye, that means that my ranged weapon has boosted accuracy. This little crystal looking one, pyramid, that boosts my magic. And then the brain and the arm, that all boost my melee abilities. And then this one, that's the dude with his arms out, that boosts my defense overall. You don't have to change that one, it just always stays because that's a defensive one. But the rest of them are offensive, so you have to also change those to give your weapons and your attack style more accuracy. So a lot of clicking involved. And this entire time, the way that I'm changing between the different tabs, I use my keyboard and like do like the F key, F1, F2, F3, F4. They're all assigned to a very specific, tab. So right now, if I'm clicking like F4, for example, it goes to the inventory. If I click the F5, then it goes to the prayer book. If I click F3, then it goes to my magic book. So I have to memorize all that shit. But yeah, pretty intricate shit. Hopefully by now you're starting to understand at least the basic process more. And boom, right there. You see, this is what I was telling you about earlier. He hits me with his melee special attack. I know I have at least another game tick till he can hit me again, so I bust mine out and I whack him with it and go in for a triple eat there and get my hit points back up, and that's easy game. He's done. That was kind of a pretty even matchup too out of that entire fight. out of 12 hits that I had. I only did 6 of them off prayer, but that's all it took apparently. And this is the last fight here. Actually, no, there's another one after this. So pretty much same concept. We're trying to play chess against each other here and get each other to use the wrong prayer so that way we can do more damage and win the fight, obviously. That bow that he has is an upgraded bow, so it's a lot better. Hit him with my staff because my staff actually has better melee bonuses than what I had in my inventory, and it hits really fast. You can see did like 2 hits. That's a good example of like the game ticks. You'll see here, if you watch right here, you see it takes me like a second or two for my magic ability to go off, and then it takes me a second or two for my bow to go off. But then you see once I start hitting him with my staff, it's just like boom, and then it does it again because it's a faster weapon speed. So that's like 2 hits in the time that I could have done one with another weapon. He didn't expect that. So then he dies. And then this is the last fight that wins the entire game. You see now I have so much shit here, so I start getting a little cluttered. He rushes me with Dragon Claws. It's one of the best weapons in the game. Don't panic, hit him with my melee weapon right out of the bat, right out of the gates. He tries to come back, protects against it, he stops. I'm still searching for loot, not really paying attention to him. Looks like I got everything. Trying to organize my inventory up a little bit so it's easier for me to click. Still getting my offensive prayers correct. Froze him just before he can get to me and use that special attack because I would have died there. Hitting him with a fakie, the fake outs. Get him with my best along, my melee weapon. Keep going for it. You can tell I just keep staying on low health because I know what he's able to hit. You can see it perfectly 8 against him because I knew he was going to go for some kind of special attack. So he just got unfrozen just like I did. So you see, I run away here. He bolts me, and I eat immediately, or else I would have died there. Like, wow. Got the prayer on. Now I know he's going right back into his ranged weapon. Hit him with my best longsword. Get him with the crossy. I saw that he prayed against so right here I saw that he went to pray against the melee, so I didn't use my special attack again, so I just gave him a normal hit. But he took his prayer off at the perfect time for me, the worst and the wrong time for him. And one of the abilities of this big hammer that I'm holding, it hits them immediately with the special attack. So you see it 29-32 going with the melee hit and then right into my bow because he's going to think I'm doing another melee attack and he's dead. He says for fuck's sake because he just got fucked. Out of the 20 hits, 15 of them I hit off prayer. Out of the 15 he did, he only did 4 of them off prayer. So yeah, hopefully that gives you some more insights into this shit. It's really complex, even though it's a little hard to tell.